person I've ever known. And I'm just so happy that she's here so she can tell her story and, most importantly, educate us about the
Mhm.
signs and symptoms of breast cancer. So, please, everyone, allow me to introduce to you all my friend, Lisa Lyles. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being.
Hello, Antoinette.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the show. You look gorgeous.
Hi
You do.
there. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for extending the offer and inviting me. So I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you, Lisa. And yeah, please introduce yourself, introduce about what you do, about your certain projects, your goals. Let us know about what's keeping you busy these days.
All right. So my name is Lisa Lyles. As Antoinette said, I'm a registered nurse. That's exactly how we met. We met at um, a event last year, and my business is Bella 256 Boutique. I started the business in 2018, and it started out as just a custom wig and extension boutique.
Mhm.
Since my breast cancer diagnosis in January of this year, um, God has laid it on my heart to just revamp my business. So now my strategy is to focus more on patients that suffer from hair loss, but also my niche is going to be my focus is breast cancer patients. So ensuring that they have a unique and custom fitted wig that helps them to boost their confidence. When you lose all your hair, that's a horrible feeling,
Mhm.
right? And you seek to have some type of normalcy. So having a custom wig that's designed just for you, it definitely does help. That's exactly what I did throughout my journey with chemotherapy. Is that I wore the wigs that I had created from years ago. And so that helped me to maintain my confidence and some normalcy in my life. So I want to extend that same thing to other breast cancer patients as well.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Also with that, I'm going to revamp. I'm in the process of revamping my business to focus on breast cancer patients and to offer mastectomy products. I just completed a course to become a mastectomy fitter. I'm studying to become a certified fitter, which means I can measure women who've had breasts removed um, and provide them with the prosthesis so that
Mhm.
they can, have that sense of normalcy as well. So that's my journey. And I'm also a breast health educator now, where I get to educate the community about the 12 symptoms of breast cancer. So the picture that you're seeing here, um, my I'm a breast health educator through the Know Your Lemons Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization. And this picture shows us the 12 symptoms or the 12 signs of breast cancer. A lot of times women don't know what to look for. We may notice that something is different, but we don't know that we need to seek help. So these are the 12 signs of breast cancer. The first one is a thick area, and it when they say thick area, it tends to look like a orange, like a just a thick skin, maybe hard a little bit as well. And then you may notice a dimpling to your breast, nipple crust, redness or hotness. Sometimes that can be what they call mastitis, which is inflammation of the breast, usually after women have been breastfeeding. But if you're not breastfeeding, of course, you need to seek care. But if that symptom comes up, seek care anyway, even if you are. Fluid. Some women may notice that they're leaking fluid and they're not even breastfeeding. Skin sores, that's not normal. A new bump that was never there before, that's definitely not normal. And then as a growing vein, you may notice that you can see a very pronounced vein, like one you may see on your arm. That's very detailed. Sunken nipple. That's also called an inverted nipple, where it just turns inside of itself. If you notice that there's a new shape or a new size, please inform your doctor. The orange peel skin, it definitely looks like an orange peel, as it says. If you can, grab an orange and you look at it, you can tell how it has those little fine, little areas on it. Your breast can look like that, which could be a sign of breast cancer. And then a hard lump, which a lot of times women may feel a lump and they may not feel a lump. So this is easier for women to understand and identify what the signs are. It's
Mhm.
definitely easier for us to be able to share that information over social media and things like that. And even young girls can relate and understand that. But there's also an app. It's called Know Your Lemons. It's available on the App Store as well as Google Play. It sends out monthly reminders to remind you of when it's time for you to do your self exam. So the goal is early detection. The sooner that you find or notice an issue, and you go to the doctor and you start having your test, the longer your chances are for you to live. It increases your chances to live, right? And everybody wants that fighting chance to live. Um, so if you can, I'm sure everybody has a phone. Just download the app. It's free. It doesn't charge. It doesn't track any of your information. It provides you with the symptoms, and it actually walks you through how to do a self exam on yourself.
Mhm.
So that's what I've been busy with since my treatment.
Lisa, I'm so glad to hear about you venturing into the prosthetics. Just because it's close to my heart. I just had a coworker that passed away, and I remember her when we were still working a lot together. She would always, because I'm into aesthetics, she would always ask me that she'd like to do a reconstructive breast surgery, but then it took a little bit of time because the plastic surgeons wanted her to lose weight, and it really like bothered her. She's a great mom, a great nurse as well, and a very, very good wife to her husband. And unfortunately, her cancer came back in a different part of her body, and 3 months ago she passed away. So I know that really made it could have made a difference in her confidence having the prosthetics. So I'm glad you're venturing into it. You'll make a very, very, very big change and a very positive impact into women's lives once that's really, on the roll. So thank you for doing that. That's awesome.
Thank you. And I'm sorry to hear about your friend.
Yeah. And I
Thank
also
you.
just wanted to add that, breast cancer, yeah, predominantly it happens to women, but
Mhm.
let's not exclude men as well, because
Absolutely.
Hmm.
men can also develop signs and symptoms of breast cancer. So let's really make sure to utilize what Lisa is teaching us right now. That is like
Hmm.
very, very simple, but at the same time, you can remember that. Just remember your
Hmm.
lemons, right? So
Absolutely.
for like sharing that. You're a gift for
Hmm.
here and educating not just our audience but also each and everybody of us. And so as our producer, so like
Yes.
Emerson, yeah, what men can get breast cancer too? Yes, Emerson, thank you so much
Mhm.
for asking that. Yes, they can, and thank you for being here to make sure that you're also educated so you can pass it along to anybody that and also Lisa, I wanted to ask, is there what's your process in terms of do you accept like hair donations for the wigs or anything like that, or do you have any type of a organization that do
Mhm.
that? I mean, because I know it's a season of giving, and if there's
Mhm.
anything that we can do to help you what you do, and also for any type of like organization to help our breast cancer survivors and everybody else who has
Hmm.
breast cancer, we can certainly start spreading the word, and we can utilize this platform to do that.
Hmm.
Awesome. Thank you. So right now I do not accept hair donations, but I do know of some organizations that do, and I can send those to you. So that would be great. The biggest thing I would ask is that the picture that you all showed, if you would just share that and make sure that you encourage women to do their self breast exams, and to, if you notice something, say something. I read an article yesterday. This lady was 37 years old, and of course mammograms, you don't start getting them until you're 40, right?
Hmm.
Unless you have a family history, and then they'll do it. But this lady was 37 years old. She went to the doctor and told them, I have a lump. They told her, well, you're not old enough. You can't have breast cancer. And it was pretty much brushed off. Now, as a nurse, and I'm sure with you, you two nurses, that burns me up because I'm an advocate first. And so
Hmm.
for them to dismiss the fact that she was telling them she had an issue, it really upset me. So the lady goes back a couple months later, And now the lump is protruding to the fat where she can actually see it through her clothing. Once she finally did go back and she was like, well, no, I'll just pay for it myself. It comes to find out she was at a stage 3
Oh
for
my
breast
God.
cancer. So, it's very important that we advocate for ourselves, and we as nurses advocate for our patients, our family, our community. So definitely we have to continue to advocate and educate.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
agree.
Lisa. All right, Belle, I think we have some comments from our audience, and I think you have a question for our audience as well. Oh, one more thing too before we proceed to that one. There's just a question over here, Lisa, if if men should just like also watch out for signs and symptoms same as the one that you've shown on like the signs of what you've shown on like the lemons, the 12 signs of signs and symptoms of breast cancer. So they can still utilize that as well, right?
Absolutely. It's universal for men and women. The same thing. If you see something, you say something, and advocate for yourself. I will let you know that it's a known fact that Beyonce's father actually was diagnosed with breast cancer a couple of years ago. So men can get breast cancer.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Men and women can definitely get breast cancer. And speaking of that, speaking about prosthesis and like great hair wigs for women, I'm just curious from our audience, what is in your Christmas list? Let's make this a little bit lighter now because it's the Christmas season and let's be happier. I know it's very important, and we are advocating for women who are struggling, and we are here for them. But still, it's a Christmas season, so we want to make everyone happy, including our survivors of breast cancer. So come on, guys, drop your list for Christmas. If you want a new prosthesis, we can contact Lisa, or a new hair wig as well. Or if you are broke or getting broke this Christmas, you better call Dakota, or else you're gonna be left with zero in your checking or savings
Negative.
account.
Negative.
So let's do it. Get us some list.
Awesome. And I also just wanted to show, if our producer has time, to show all the people that are supporting all of us. Lisa and Dakota, Belle, you have fans. So hello, Antoinette. Oh, hello, Grace. She said, nice to meet you. We have Grace is watching. Hello, Christabel. Ruben Austria said, let's make it memorable. Love it. And then very inspiring woman is from Harlan. And then somebody says here, the discussion is so amazing. Christabel and Antoinette, Lisa, Dakota. Great tips. I have to share this with my wife. That's awesome. Thank you, Lisa, for that. And also, wow, awesome. Everybody, beautiful tips. The money coach, great to meet you. Excellent. And then we have here as time is money. Love it, Dakota Grady. Grace also says, thank you so much. I learned a lot from all of your tips. Thank you, Grace. And also Nick Curry. She put in 3 hearts in here. Thank you, Nick, for the support. And also, there's a comment here that that's a remarkable idea to help patients cope with changes due to the cancer treatment. That's awesome. Victoria Pike is watching. Malu is watching. Janelle is watching. Hello, Janelle. She's supporting Lisa. And Wanda Lyles is watching. It says great presentation, Lisa Lyles. And Janelle is also saying hello to everyone.
Hello.
Yeah,
Thanks
so
a lot
please.
for watching.
Amazing. Let's ask. Can I ask Dakota a question? I want to seek his expertise while we have here in our platform.
Yeah, so now let's proceed to question and answer portion.
A regulated professional on its own, and it's even harder to own your own business and advocating for breast cancer survivors. And now you're so innovative. You have this new project that you're about to launch and engage into. So how do you balance all that? It already gives me a headache listening to you do all these amazing things. But please inspire us that we can do it as well.
When I first started my business in 2018, I really didn't have a mentor. So what I did this time around was I have a mentor. So being a military spouse, I have resources available to me to assist me along the journey. One of the resources that I am utilizing is SBA. as well as it's a veteran business center. I can't remember the exact term, but I'm utilizing my resources. I'm actually in a class with the Mississippi State University right now, and it's a 6-week class, and they're actually teaching me how to write a business plan. So I'll learn how to develop a business plan to be complete over the 6 months, so that I can actually um, go into a bank and actually request funding. We're using the business model canvas. I don't know if you all are familiar with that, but it's a great template, and it has 9 different areas, and it prompts you to think deep into your customer and what they need and what your services are that you're going to provide. So definitely how I'm balancing it this time is definitely by having coaches and mentors to help me along this process so that I can be successful as possible.
Lisa, I know you are a very successful entrepreneur and then also really great at what you do. I just have one thing that I'd like to ask for everyone who is in the business or about to launch a business. What are the personal challenges that you have faced, and how did you conquer these challenges? So we can, share this to our audience and they don't have to go through it, but they learn from you and they can be like better at it when they are faced with these kinds of experiences.
I would say the biggest challenge starting was funding. How am I going to fund my business?
Mm-hmm.
When I first launched my business in 2018, it was when my husband was deployed. So I wasn't working. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I'm like, okay, I really need funding. So then I started doing research on my own, and my credit was, it was good. So I was able to apply for business credit. So the biggest thing is building your business credit. That's just as important as building your personal credit when you're a business owner. So the first, I would say the first financial assistance that I was able to get was through PayPal. So through PayPal credit. And with PayPal credit, I was able to purchase my supplies through my vendors because everyone pretty much takes PayPal, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I've been with PayPal since about 2017. So funding was like the biggest issue.
Thank you so much, everybody. And also, lastly, we can start with Lisa. I just wanted to ask all of our guests and my co-host Bal about your key takeaways for tonight's episode. And Lisa, you can go first.
Um, it sounds like I need to become a travel nurse because from Bell, it sounds like you guys make a lot of money. And I definitely need to become a 1099 per Dakota versus a regular employee. So thank you definitely for those tips. And definitely about the Dakota mentioned about the $2,500 that you need to inform your tax person that you're going to spend that much so that way it can be depreciated.
Thank you so much, all. We really, really appreciate you joining us today. Let's thrive this holiday season and beyond. And happy holidays. See you next year.
See you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.